Good afternoon, I'm Lewis O'Brien, and this is your Winnow 99 News Update. There has been major disruption for rail commuters this morning due to the freezing conditions. Trains in and out of London are being delayed by up to 90 minutes.
The Prime Minister side by side of his next Member of Parliament, or the next thorn in his side.
Oh Lewis, obviously it's a big event. Could you tell us a little why?
Well, tomorrow's event, Matt, will be a live debate for the election, which will take place in 2 weeks on Thursday, November the 15th, to elect the first Hampshire Police Commissioner, the role which will have a lot of power and a big salary. The Police and Crime Commissioner elections are predicted to have a low turnout. This was not the case in Winchester last week, where the 6 candidates took part in a live debate in front of a packed audience. The event, chaired by BBC South's Alex Forsyth, saw the candidates answer questions from the general public on topics from speed cameras to how they would tackle crime.
Budget has been cut in the Hampshire Police Service, crime has gone down, catching criminals has gone up. Those are the facts.
And more importantly, I've worked with the boys and girls that go out on patrol on our streets across Hampshire and the Isle of Wight regularly. I understand the issues that concern people in these 2 counties.
Well, I'm supporting Jackie Raymond because she's the only credible candidate to be the Police and Crime Commissioner. She has led the police authority for the last 6 years with support for people from all parties.
How did you feel when the result was announced on Friday?
Well, I felt very excited. I felt a tremendous amount of responsibility. And as I think I said in my acceptance speech, I felt very humbled that the residents of Hampshire and Isle of Wight had put their trust in me to be their first Police and Crime Commissioner.
The election came down to Hayes and Conservative frontrunner Michael Mates, who, despite having led in the first round, was beaten by a majority of 15,000 votes in the second round of voting. The last poppy on Barton Farm. After 14 years, the housing development for 2,000 new homes has been given the green light by Secretary of State Eric Pickles. The decision was confirmed after the threat of a legal challenge by developer Carla Holmes. This was after the initial decision was referred back to Winchester City Council last year.
I think it's like everything. There are pluses and minuses.
Here with all the sport is Lewis O'Brien. Hello, Lewis.
Hello, Aaron. Basingstoke Town's recent winning run meant that Jason Bristow's side were closing in on the playoff positions. The Dragons were up against relegation threat in Havant and Waterlooville on Saturday, looking for another 3 points. Eddie Jones was at the Camrose Stadium. Crystal Shaw looks like a normal university student, but unknown to her, she was living with a disability for 18 years. Crystal has dyspraxia, a condition which affects people's coordination and motor skills. It's been a year since she was diagnosed. What were the first signs when you were growing up? Were there any signs that you showed that you may have a problem or you might be different to everyone else?
Yeah, when I was about between the ages of 3 and 5, I stuttered a lot to the point where I couldn't even continue what I was saying because I would forget what I was saying by the time I managed to figure out the word that I was looking for.
Miliband chose a cafe to speak to local voters and to push the Labour campaign. But there is a long way to go until the Labour campaign in this part of the country amounts to more than a storm in a teacup. It is now down to the people of Hampshire to decide who they will elect this Thursday as the first Police and Crime Commissioner. Lewis O'Brien, Winchester News Online, Westminster.